Even if you aren't into FPV drone racing, the skill of CAD and 3D printing is useful for everyday life. We use CAD to solve everyday problems we have at home. Camera won't fit your tripod? Make an adapter. Got slippery chair legs? Print some grip for your chair. Got some sharp corners in your shower? Design a corner protector. Have an idea for your own frame? Just design your own frames. The possibilities are endless. Boiled down to its essence, CAD or computer-aided design is just adding or subtracting, or in CAD terms, extruding and cutting material away. First, there are three things you need to turn your ideas into physical objects you can use. Digital calipers for getting measurements, CAD software to design your idea, and a 3D printer or a way to turn your designs into a physical object. If you're just starting out, there's lots of free CAD software you can use online. SketchUp is a simple online CAD program that's pretty basic, and it will let you export files that can be used by a 3D printer. Then there's Fusion 360. If you're a student or teacher, you can sign up to use it for free. Fusion 360 is loaded with features and even has CAM, or computer-aided manufacturing software, to operate a CNC machine. If you're a total beginner, I would recommend SketchUp. It's online and it's free. Fusion 360 is crazy powerful, so it can be a little bit intimidating. Once you have your design, a 3D printer will turn your ideas into a physical item. I won't get too deep into 3D printers in this video, but you can get a decent printer for under $200, and there's even companies online that will print items for you if you're not sure if you want to get a 3D printer yet. Once you have an idea of what you want to make, you can start by planning on how to translate the idea in CAD so that it can be turned into a physical object by 3D printing. Here are a couple tips. Tip number one, start with something easy. Since this is a basic intro into CAD and 3D printing, your design should have one flat side. The reason for this is 3D printing works by printing or oozing a melted filament or plastic layer by layer until you have a physical item. If the model doesn't have a flat side to start the print, it makes printing that object much harder. Without a flat side, you may have issues with the model sticking to the print bed. Tip number two, use metric measurements. This may be a personal preference, but I like to use millimeter measurements rather than inches. It's so much easier to say, for example, 10 millimeters rather than 0.393770079 inches. Let's get started. Since this is an intro into CAD tutorial, I'll just show you a simple overview of the basics of CAD. After this video, you should be able to design very basic items. Once you learn the basics, you'll learn more advanced aspects as you use CAD more and more. I learned CAD in SolidWorks, so that's what I'll be showing you, but the principles of CAD are all the same in all the CAD software. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to design this, turn this into this. This is just a simple gadget that squeezes the toothpaste from the back of the tube to the front of the tube so you can squeeze from the center of the toothpaste tube every time. It's a very simple design, and it's easy to design in CAD and easy to print. When you do a 3D design of physical objects, you have to think in 3 dimensions on the X, Y, and Z axis. Normally, the X and Y axis will be the width and height, and then the Z axis is the depth. A drawing on a piece of paper would be a 2D or a two-dimensional drawing. You have the X, which is left and right, and then the Y, which is up and down. This is a flat drawing. To make it 3D, you add the Z-axis, which adds height to the drawing. So the first thing you do before you start any drawing is you make sure you have the correct measurements of what you want to use. Right here, I'm using millimeters. If you want to use inch, select inch. So I'm going to use millimeters. These are the two main tools that you'll be using in Add. Sketches, which are drawings and features, are the extrude or add, and cut, which is subtract. Like I said earlier, CAD is basically just adding or subtracting materials. Just sketch, extrude or cut, sketch, extrude or cut, sketch, extrude or cut until your model is done. It's really that simple. So in CAD, these three axes represent planes or sides that you can start your sketches on. I usually start with the top plane because it's easiest to visualize. So to start your sketch, just go ahead and select your top plane and then go up here and then create sketch. And then when you're in the sketch, you have all these tools that you use to make your drawing. You got lines, you got squares, you got slots, circles, arcs, all these other different tools you can play with. So for our example, we'll just use the rectangle tool and then start from the origin and then just draw out a rectangle. It doesn't matter. the size right now. So once you've got the rectangle drawn, you're going to go up here and select dimensions, and then you're just going to give this rectangle dimensions. So for our
Na, hast du schon dein erstes Haus gezeichnet, Olli?
Nee, das läuft alles nicht ganz so wie es soll.
Ah, die Installierung.
Ich muss jetzt doch noch was anderes
Das gehört
installieren.
auch zum Livestream. Step by Step.
Ja, ich hab's auch.
Machst du schon Livestream?
Ich glaube, ich habe als Titel geschrieben, from nothing to pro oder so.
Mit Installation.
Ja, und da ist mir aufgefallen, dass ich mit YouTube aber nicht mein Bildschirm aufnehmen kann. Also ich musste OBS auch noch runterladen. Und jetzt habe ich es auch nicht angemacht und ich will einfach anfangen, wirklich.
Die sind richtig wie die Mückenkerzen.
Ich will nicht nach viel.
Wenn du direkt drüber gehst, schon. Das ist voll flüssig, ja? Das soll so
Ja,
sein.
jetzt-
Nachher trocknet das wieder, wenn es kalt wird, und dann
Genau.
hast du eine Kerze.
Genau.
Und aus was ist der Duft, hast du gesagt?
Glasfaser.
Ja.
Ich riech dein Sauerkraut gerade um einiges mehr wie.
Sauerkraut mit Tomate.
Ja. So eine Scheiße, jetzt muss der 6 GB runterladen, ey, ich will so kotzen.
Kannst du mit dem LAN-Kabel verbinden, dann ist es viel schneller. Im Router.
Ah.
Da in der Tüte im Kamin, in der Tüte ganz rechts, hat es ganz viele lange LAN-Kabel.
Wo?
In der rechten Papiertüte im Kamin. Da hat es lange LAN-Kabel, die du darüber legen könntest.
Ich tue es erstmal den Stream beenden.